Sipha, very good morning to you. And before we get to just what's happened, give us an idea of how big a role this route plays and what's been the impact while it was closed.
Well, it will basically ease the traffic congestion. We are talking about the strategic highway here, the Ruth First, formerly known as M4 Highway. It's linking the economic hub of KwaZulu-Natal, eThekwini, with the northern parts of eThekwini, which includes Ballito. You would have uMhlanga, but most importantly, it goes all the way to King Shaka International Airport, as well as Durban Trade Port, the economic zones, So this is very important for the city. It's very important for the province, the economic impact and the social impact as well. You've got commuters who use this road, people from Dubuza, from Tongat and Verelem, who commute every day and work in and around Durban CBD. Right now they were using the congested N2 on the other side. They will be able to use this M4 highway, which about 6 months ago or in November, a certain portion was washed away when there were heavy floods in eThekwini and in KwaZulu-Natal. Authorities had anticipated that it was going to take a very short period of time to fix it, but 6 months later they had to spend 45 million and they had to do a massive roadwork here because there was a massive sinkhole. But right now we are joined by eThekwini Mayor uMxolisi Kaunda, who will help us answer some of those questions. How crucial is the reopening of the airport?
This is a very strategic road infrastructure in our city because it links us with our special economic zone, the Trade Port and King Shaka International Airport. It also assists in terms and complement N2 in terms of easing congestion between the northern areas and the city center, especially commuting commodities, which are very important in injecting growth in our economy. And it also assist in terms of social engagements through public transport, where most of commuters who are coming from very remote areas coming to the city to work in different companies and hotels, they also utilize the very same road infrastructure.
At the center of it, when I was listening to presentations here, is the issue of your aging infrastructure in eThekwini, which is not resilient to climate. And with climate change upon us, clearly we need to review the way we design the infrastructure in Durban.
This has necessitated the city to develop an climate change action plan, which deals with issues of adaptation and mitigation during the challenges which are presented by heavy rains, the flooding that has visited us as a city. So as a result, we have been able to reassess some of the infrastructure, bridges, stormwater drainages, as well as our roads, looking at their lifespan and what is it that needs to be done to re-engineer the infrastructure to be resilient during the heavy rains and the flooding situations.
Now that I think about it, this M4 highway also links two epicenters of COVID-19 in KwaZulu-Natal, Ethekwini and the district. Surely that must contribute in a way.
Yes, we had our own COVID-19 command team meeting yesterday. We were looking at the statistics. They are indicating that, yes, the number of people who are recovering is also increasing, which then necessitates that our intervention in terms of more education to members of the public about COVID-19, but also enforcing the public transport, the number of people that are being commuted through public transport, as well as ensuring that people they continue to adhere to the lockdown regulations, wearing their mask, sanitizing, as well as ensuring that we keep the social distance that is necessary.
We will wrap shortly, but let me ask this question. I asked to the Queen of KwaZulu-Natal, your critics say you prioritize this road because it affects the rich and those who live in affluent areas. How do you respond to that?
As a city, through our integrated development plan, which informs our budgeting processes, we have strategic roads. And the way we view those roads as strategic roads is because of their economic impact to the city. Commuting of people who come to firms and different firms on daily basis, but the linkages with other corridors of the economy, including the SEZ that we have, which is the Durban Trade Port, and King Shaka International Airport. So those strategic views that the very same infrastructure carries, it's important for us to intervene with the speed. But we want also to react to the myth that we have done this because it services those who are rich. So it's not about that. We are a caring government that looks at the strategic economic interventions that are required by the city and the province.
Some of the victims of the floods from 2019 are still waiting for relief.
Yes, we have allocated about 140 million. Before COVID-19 lockdown, already companies were appointed to begin with the process of reconstructing and rehabilitating those houses. So now in the stage 3 of lockdown, companies are back at work, and some people who were residing in informal settlements, we've allocated them material to rebuild their structures. So the city is intervening, although resources are not adequate to cover everybody that was affected.
Okay, Babumbindi, thank you very much for time. That is Mxolisi Kaunda, is the mayor of eThekwini, the economic hub of KwaZulu-Natal. The M4 highway is reopened now. Commuters can use it. Authorities hope it will ease the burden on the N2 and also for some economic and social spin-offs.
Thanks very much, Siphamandla Goge, there at the reopening of the much-needed M4 at the moment. Well,